County Executive Steve McLaughlin, please come down. All right. Go get him, buddy.
How are you?
Not good day.
Good evening. Thank you to Chairman Mike Stammel and members of the Rensselaer County Legislature. It's my honor to serve you and the residents of this great county as your county executive, and also my honor to deliver the state of the county for 2019. Tonight, I'm proud to report the state of Rensselaer County is strong, growing, optimistic, and ready for the future. There's a great deal to be proud of and look forward to during the months ahead, and I'm equally proud to share our accomplishments and our vision with you tonight. Tonight, let's resolve to recognize the vast potential of Rensselaer County and to move forward with optimism, energy, and a renewed sense of purpose and dedication to the future. Tonight, let's continue the momentum and progress from 2018 and work to deliver outstanding services to our residents at an affordable cost, support job creation and economic investment that will enable more county residents today and in the future to live and prosper right here in Rensselaer County. Last year, I delivered my first State of the County address to this legislative body. I laid out an optimistic and energetic plan for our county and my administration. We set our expectations high, and hopefully we have met or exceeded those goals and expectations. As we recognize these accomplishments, we also realize there is much more to be done. I'm proud to report that we made significant accomplishments in that mission to attain excellence in 2018. I want to thank members of this legislative body for their support for many of these initiatives and accomplishments. A continued strong working relationship and cooperation between the executive and legislative branch will benefit the residents we serve as it benefited the county during 2018. In fact, much of our work together culminated in 3 significant accomplishments at the end of 2018 and historic economic development news. On December 3rd, my first budget as county executive was approved unanimously with bipartisan support. Thank you for supporting this carefully crafted spending plan. The 2019 budget includes no tax increase, maintains needed services, even strengthening and expanding important services in some areas, and ensures the strong ratings and reviews earned by the county are protected. The 2019 budget is a credit to the work done by county staff and members of this legislative body, and is a demonstration of effective management and an investment in our future by ensuring fiscal stability. The 2019 budget is also the 8th consecutive county budget under the state tax cap. That means that every year the state tax cap has been in place, Rensselaer County has succeeded in being under the cap. We are one of only a handful of counties across the state that can point to a record that includes staying under the tax cap every year, something that we should all be very proud of. We can be proud of that, and proud that Rensselaer County is increasingly a place where residents, businesses, and investors recognize our work to avoid expensive tax increases. Rensselaer County takes very seriously our mission of carefully managing every tax dollar entrusted to us. During 2018, my team worked diligently to generate a savings in any and all areas possible. The 2019 budget was helped with these cost savings that totaled nearly $2 million in personnel savings, purchasing modernizations, and revisions to retiree health care that reduced costs for both retirees and the county while maintaining their quality coverage. The 2019 budget highlights a strong partnership we were fortunate to forge with members of the county legislature, including Chair of the Legislature Mike Stammel, Vice Chairwoman Kelly Hoffman, Vice Chair for Finance Bob Loveridge, and Majority Leader Ken Harrington, along with Minority Leader Peter Griffin. I genuinely appreciate the cooperation and partnership between my office and county lawmakers, and know we are stronger working together than we are working apart. Thanks also to legislators Bobby Burns, Cynthia Duran, Mark Fleming, Aaron Sullivan-Tata, Carol Weaver, Robert Bailey, Leon Fiacco, Thomas Grant, Kelly Hoffman, Dan Casale, Todd Tessman, Scott Bendette, Chuck Peter, Bruce Pateri, and Jeff Wysocki for their work for our county. I also want to acknowledge our partners in public service in county government, County Clerk Frank Marola, Sheriff Pat Russo, and our new District Attorney Mary Pat Donnelly. The unanimous adoption of the budget was followed by the county reaching a settlement with our largest labor union, UPSEU. This contract is notable in that it is the first contract approved before expiration in approximately 2 decades, and it's fair to both our workers and the county taxpayer. Discussions are now progressing with the other county employee unions. On December of 18, we were proud that our efforts and our hard work during 2018 were recognized by Moody's Investor Service, which upgraded our county bond rating from A1 to AA3. This is the first upgrade of our county bond ratings in several years, and again sends the message that Rensselaer County is being managed effectively, responsibly, and with an eye toward the future. The Moody's upgrade means Rensselaer County has now advanced to the high-grade ranking level for bonds. In the report on county finances and the bond rating upgrade, Moody's noted strong and positive financial management and control in county government. We're particularly proud that our efforts to reduce costs, defray debt, and ensure efficiency, done carefully every day throughout county government, were recognized by Moody's in the positive report and ratings upgrade. And that's because of the hard work of our departments and the work between the county legislature and my office, and we greatly appreciate that. We're particularly proud of one important statistic that demonstrates our efforts to control spending. That in 2018, the county payroll decreased for the first time in several years, even as a negotiated 2% raise was provided. This is due to good, common sense budgeting and belt tightening when able, while maintaining needed services. That's a very solid first year, and we can all take pride in these accomplishments. Close to $2 million saved, unanimous passage of our budget, a contract settled early with our largest union, and a bond rating upgrade, along with some expansions of service while controlling costs wherever possible. Much of our efforts have been and will continue to be focused on creating an environment for investment and growth in our county. Last year there were rumblings of something big on the horizon. The selection of Rensselaer County and the town of Schodack for the location of the Amazon distribution facility is historic and possibly unprecedented as an opportunity for our county. We worked carefully on the county and town levels to maximize this avenue for growth, with approval for the project granted this past summer. We were encouraged that legal action brought against the project was settled in favor of the project, and are equally optimistic that an appeal of that decision will be unsuccessful and the project will move forward this spring. We're equally confident that the Amazon project will spur considerable growth and investment in the Route 9 corridor in Schodack and surrounding areas. And Amazon will be added to a growing list of accomplishments in our county, including the significant and ongoing job expansions at Regeneron. Add that to retail expansions in North Greenbush, Brunswick, Troy, and East Greenbush, revitalization of the Columbia Turnpike corridor in East Greenbush, small business growth in Troy, and you have real cause to look forward to a stronger, more vibrant, and diverse business climate in Rensselaer County during 2019 and beyond. The growth, revitalization, and investment in Rensselaer County continues in 2019. For generations, Gould Orchards has been a landmark property in southern Rensselaer County. The county has been proud to be among the sponsors of the Apple Festival at Gould Orchards each fall for about 3 decades. Recently, Gould's owners Sue and Ed Miller have decided to move into retirement and sell the property. We thank Ed and Sue and everyone at Gould's for their years of service and promotion of our county. Tonight, I want to proudly welcome the new owners of Gould Orchard, brothers Scott and Todd Seabird. Scott and Todd will be operating the property as Windy Hill Orchard. We thank Scott and Todd for their investment in our county, for continuing a proud Rensselaer County tradition at the Gould property, and I ask that we all extend them a big welcome tonight. Let's look at some other economic development accomplishments in Rensselaer County during 2018. Success continued at Regeneron with construction of a warehouse and a manufacturing facility on Temple Lane in East Greenbush, with the project expected to create 150 new jobs at the warehouse and 300 new jobs from manufacturing. Thanks to this new job creation, Regeneron will have more jobs locally than global foundries. And we're hopeful of further job growth and expansion. Regeneron has become a worldwide leader in research of new drugs and products to improve health and quality of life. Here at home, Regeneron is attracting researchers, professionals, and workers who are investing in our county and becoming valuable members of our community. We congratulate Regeneron on their continued success. At MetLife, we helped with a software and equipment purchase, helping to retain 318 jobs at this important company in our county. At 255 River Street, we supported renovation of an existing building in downtown Troy to help create 13 new jobs. We supported Finelli Development with the construction of a 3-story, 21-unit student housing building with 57 bedrooms, creating new opportunities for housing and several new jobs. We also supported Greenbush Associates with construction of an office and light assembly building, helping retain 295 jobs, creation of 100 new jobs, and 49 temporary construction jobs. More and more people are looking to Rensselaer County as a place to invest and visit and shop. Our sales tax revenues are strong and a factor in how we were able to hold the line on taxes for 2018. And the strong sales tax number are also a factor cited by Moody's in the report leading to the county's bond rating upgrade. This good news is accompanied by still impressive momentum from the national economy in terms of job creation and expansion. Many say there are more jobs than workers and that we are at near or full employment, which is certainly true in some sectors here in the county. My administration's openness to economic growth and development is supported by our focus on workforce development to ensure we have a skilled workforce for our growing job sector. Our Employment and Training and Social Services departments came together in 2018 to begin the Rensselaer County GAME Soft Skills Training Program. GAME stands for Gaining and Maintaining Employment and is a 2-week soft skills program focusing on job and employability readiness training for social service clients. It takes place each month at the HVCC Educational Opportunity Center in Troy. Participants are trained in the employer-identified skills of communication, professionalism, responsibility, and flexibility in the workplace. Guest speakers from the business community come to speak to participants about the application and interview process, along with providing assistance for mock interviews with targeted recruitment at the end of the 2 weeks, with businesses interviewing participants for employment. New in 2019, Rensselaer County is proud to sponsor with Detroit YWCA's Jameson Rounds Ready for Work program to provide funding for a career coach for women participating in this job readiness program. With these workforce development initiatives, Rensselaer County is open and ready for business. The positive economic and job growth numbers are framed by some dramatic changes in the state political scene, and I believe a long overdue reckoning regarding state fiscal issues. Like many here tonight, I will admit that I am more than a little concerned about some of the developments at the state capitol. As we are experiencing success, New York State is struggling to get its own fiscal house in order. We sincerely hope that trouble at the state level does not cause chaos at the county level. County leaders in the region are speaking with one voice against state funding cuts and cost shifts. Last month, I convened a bipartisan event where elected officials from 3 counties, Rensselaer, Albany, and Columbia, gathered to ask for restoration of AIM funding. AIM funding is necessary to maintain strong services at the local level. In an attempt to limit fallout from the cuts, state leaders attempted to propose having counties make up the AIM shortfall to towns and villages. This has always been paid by the state. It's complete cost shift onto the counties if they follow through with this. I would remind state leaders that the same taxpayers bear the cost for such a move, and that little is gained and much is lost with such tactics. County leaders are also speaking out against the cost shift by the state with changes to the electoral calendar in the state. While I am sure that we all support increasing access and convenience for voters, these changes in elections will come with a steep cost for county taxpayers. It's estimated that the election changes mean a $300,000 increase in cost to Rensselaer County in 2019, with costs expected to increase during coming years. Fairness dictates that the state fund these changes. Additionally, the state is gearing up to legalize recreational marijuana with the false hope of huge revenues. There is talk of the state allowing individual counties to opt in or opt out regarding marijuana sales. Having spoken with elected officials in neighboring counties, I believe the majority of the counties in the region will opt in. This will negate any real effect Rensselaer County would have in opting out. However, I look forward to a serious discussion of this significant issue with educators, health providers, law enforcement, and parents in the coming weeks to help guide our decision. We also need a halt on new regulations in our state. We're seeing major legislative initiatives, including raise the age legislation, adopted before the exact method of implementation or cost is determined. We've seen new and potentially costly gun legislation. There's also rumors of tough new regulations on farms, including labor requirements that would essentially unionize workers, create different tiers of regulation, higher environmental standards, and production rules. Our farmers are struggling with enough and simply cannot afford any more. Farming is central to the heritage of our county and remains a large employer. I look forward to working with members of the farm and agriculture community to keep farming a central part of life and business in our great county. As always, as every county leader must, I need to call again on state and federal leaders to begin working on reform of costly mandates. As is well known here in Rensselaer County, over 90 cents of every tax dollar in our county is used for mandates. Imagine what we could be doing if reasonable measures were employed to allow for reform of mandated costs in this county. And I also join the growing chorus of county leaders warning against any cuts by the state to Medicaid, a move that would create fiscal havoc and potentially disrupt needed services. Like many elected officials in upstate, I remain concerned about the lack of attention and resources and proposed reductions in funding at the county and local levels. It's a significant concern to see New York State struggling to balance budgets at a time when the economy nationally is strong and healthy. There are very reasonable ways to reform mandates without affecting the safety net that is needed by many of those who are less fortunate. As I noted during my State of the County last year, New York State is one of the few states where required counties to fund at a rate of 25% mandated costs. New York is also one of the only, if not the only, to provide all federally mandated programs and all optional mandated programs. Essentially, New York State is not just providing 100% of mandated costs to residents, but in reality, 125%. And counties must pay 25% of these very expensive costs. The opportunity this creates is significant. New York could simply continue to require that core mandated programs are provided and allow counties to determine which of the optional mandated programs are to be provided. This would create, by our estimate, the opportunity for several $1 million in savings, which could be used for property tax relief and infrastructure investment. It's a simple, common sense idea that deserves a fair hearing in Albany, and I hope such a hearing is given in the coming legislative session. I do want to recognize our state leadership team for their advocacy for the residents of Rensselaer County. I thank Senators Neil Breslin and Daphne Jordan, as well as Assemblyman Jake Ashby and John McDonald, for their responsiveness and partnership in Albany. To our representatives, we need your best efforts during 2019 and beyond. Some of those best efforts will hopefully include realistic funding for upstate infrastructure needs. The need for improvement of existing water and sewer lines in upstate, including communities throughout Rensselaer County, is significant. Existing water and sewer lines in many communities date back to pre-World War II and even older. Unexpected repairs and patches are very expensive and disruptive to daily life and businesses in places like Troy, Rensselaer, and the villages of Nassau and Castleton. The problem of a declining existing infrastructure base is compounded by the lack of resources for expansion of new water and sewer lines in our county and region. Places like Schodack, Sand Lake, Schaghticoke, East Greenbush, and Brunswick would be helped significantly by funding and support for expansion of new water and sewer lines. In the strongest possible terms, I urge all leaders on the state and federal levels to join us in providing a consistent, safe, and healthy source of public water to our neighbors in Hoosick and Petersburg. Residents in these communities have struggled for too long with the PFOA situation, and a resolution is needed and long overdue. Extending water lines from the Tom Hannock or other suitable water source would open up that area of the county while also ensuring a clean and safe source of water that all residents need and deserve. And for too long, over 6 decades in fact, residents of Nassau have been in the toxic shadow of a landfill with more waste than Love Canal. Rensselaer County was proud to recently join with residents to map a comprehensive cleanup solution to the Lowell landfill. We ask our state and federal leaders to provide the support and guidance needed to make such a cleanup a reality. Thank you to Nassau Supervisor David Fleming for his leadership on this issue. Now, along with economic development, there's some interesting areas that we have or will be tackling in our county. In 2019, my administration is embarking on an ambitious initiative to improve and update services to our residents aged 60 and up. Our seniors given so much to build our county and protect our country. The Van Rensselaer Manor facility, operated by the county, is one of the top nursing facilities in the region. In 2018, the Van Rensselaer Manor maintained a 5-star CMS rating, the highest possible rating in a federal survey, while maintaining a higher occupancy rate in 2018 than in 2017. We're fortunate to have 200 volunteers who logged over 6,000 hours for the benefit of residents, and the Manor operated at a surplus for 2018. Earlier in 2018, our capable and dedicated administrator, Doug Cozy, announced his retirement from full-time service at the Manor. Doug has thankfully agreed to stay on in a part-time role and continue to help guide us at the Manor. I'm also pleased to announce tonight our selection of Art Prober, who has experience managing nursing homes in this area, as the new director at the Manor. In addition to the exemplary service provided at the Manor, we want to create some options for seniors who wish to remain at home rather than enter assisted living. We're seeing more and more seniors living independently into their 80s or 90s. We will be researching the establishment of respite care, which is a level of service where seniors could be brought for several hours a day while remaining at home. That would mean a break for family members, even the senior themselves, and also mean reduced costs for taxpayers who do not have to pay for more expensive, round-the-clock care at senior facilities. We look forward to making progress on this front in 2019. Our Department of Social Services, led by Teresa Bedoin, is working to maintain a safety net for those truly in need, while utilizing new avenues like GameSoft and Jamison Rounds to create paths to opportunity and new lives. DSS has also worked to erase fraud from the system, improve staff productivity through use of technology, improve outcomes for children in CPS, and reduce office expenses where possible. DSS is also strengthening community partnerships for vocational training to fight substance abuse among clients and reduce Medicaid costs, including Medicaid transport. Our aging department, led by Carol Rosbosm, delivered nearly 128,000 home-delivered meals and just under 50,000 meals at our 5 senior centers. In 2019, we look to enhance our programming at our senior centers and with community organizations. Rensselaer County can be proud that we provide a level of service for our seniors that is higher than other counties, and the department is doing more in 2019, working to produce an aging services guide, expand technology and training, and other facets to ensure strong senior care. Our Employment and Training Office, led by Brian Williams, served 9,600 clients in 2018, down from 11,000 in 2017, with an average of 45 clients a day. The decrease in clients, we believe, is due to a stronger economy. That also presents challenges, with some sectors seeing a shortage of workers. We remain ready to assist those in need of a job and are also preparing to assist large employers like Amazon with staffing. In our Department of Health, we're proud to announce the county received $1.3 million for lead remediation and $75,000 in funds to combat opioids, development of Asthma 360 to enable asthmatics to self-control, implementation of a Stop the Bleed campaign to teach schools and community organizations how to properly use a tourniquet. Our Public Health Director, Mary Fran Wachunas, is leading an effort with the Addiction Care Center of Albany to provide prevention education to select schools in Rensselaer County. We look forward to a formal announcement on the collaboration later this month. Our Stop DWI program an office led by John Horrigan, is working to fight drunk and distracted driving. Earlier this year, Stop DWI obtained a new van, and in recent weeks took delivery of a new simulator, funded with state grants, to help educate students at schools across the county about the dangers and damage that happens when wrong decisions are made when driving. In 2018, my administration saw a need for children to experience the beauty and fun at Grafton Lake State Park. Through our Department of Youth, we partnered with CDTA to provide a shuttle bus to our neighbors at the Troy Boys and Girls Club to Grafton. We look forward to our continued partnership with CDTA to better serve residents of Rensselaer County. Additionally, our Department of Youth, led by Pierce Hoyt, provided a total of 232,268 summer meals to youth throughout the county. Pretty amazing number. My administration's 2018 Youth Department golf outing was the most successful since its creation over a decade ago, resulting in the purchase of 754 winter coats for children in Rensselaer County. The Department of Youth also partners with the Executive Office for the county's monthly food pantry drive, donating thousands of items annually to various pantries across the county. Rensselaer County recognizes the enormous service and sacrifice of our veterans and their families. In our Department of Veterans, 12,714 veterans and dependents were served in 2018, with 4,603 transports to the VA, 253 medical claims, and 1,154 meetings with veterans. Led by Peter Goebel, the department also secured $881,000 in funding for veterans and dependents in 2018. In our mental health department, led by Kathy Coons, over 3,500 clients were served at a variety of locations. The department is serving high-risk youth and seeking to expand electronic health records and employee training. Thanks to Kathy and her department for providing important support for families and individuals in need. Our Public Defender's Office, led by John Turry, handled a total of 4,828 cases during 2018, including 3,870 criminal cases, 958 family court cases, 204 parole violation cases, and other cases. There's a lot of numbers in this speech. We're expecting to be implementing the Justice Equality ACE grant in 2019 and the Consulate First Appearance program with the southern area of the county likely to be the first staging area. Our Conflict Defender's Office, led by Sandy McCarthy, served 977 cases and generated a savings of $592,000 through grants and cost-benefit plans. The Conflict Defender's Office is also working on implementing the Consulate First Appearance and improve electronic file keeping. Our Bureau of Central Services, led by Jim Gordon, generated a savings of $400,000 in purchase order expenses in 2018 thanks to greater oversight and controls. A savings in energy costs of $60,000 through the use of solar was realized, and a savings of $73,000 over 2017 and 2018 for electric and gas costs will be made, along with reductions in postage and printing. The county also renegotiated our broadband contract for a savings of $44,000 while enhancing our service, and saved $70,000 through the consolidation of copiers and printers. Internally, we're also looking to improve the county's technological capabilities. We can do more to expand our county's technology infrastructure and to modernize and broaden our service. In 2018, we commissioned an IT audit to map our internal and external processes and capabilities. The audit gave us valuable insight never before obtained on our IT strengths and weaknesses. IT should be recognized for the value it will add to our organization, and most importantly, to the constituents we serve. In the coming weeks, I will be naming a new head of our county IT unit, and we'll be making steps to streamline, update, and modernize service. We also added GPS to our county vehicles to help improve safety and efficiency, and added at no expense Wi-Fi to our busy DMV offices in our county office building downstairs. We've also been tackling other necessary projects, including improvement of this county office building. We want a cleaner, more presentable building for the people we serve and for those who work here. Additionally, we're working to establish a permanent storage building to allow for more effective and less expensive management of our county records. Our personnel department, led by Jason Kippen, helped generate $800,000 in savings in retiree health insurance, with $300,000 of that savings going to retirees by cutting their premiums while maintaining an equivalent level of coverage. Personnel also helped lead negotiations that led to the adoption of the contract with UPSEU and are taking steps to modernize important functions of the office. We also have much work to do improving our network of county roads. Our roads are in many ways the backbone of our service to the majority of our residents, and we made road work a priority during 2018. We want to do more to maintain and improve the over 300 miles of county roads in our county. And many of our bridges deserve and need attention. This past year saw a number of successful county bridge improvement projects. More assistance from state and federal levels will mean more miles of roads paved and more bridges replaced. I'm pleased to report some progress in this area, with the county receiving over $300,000 in state extreme winter recovery funds. To that end, my staff and I will be starting a Drive Rensselaer initiative, an effort to comprehensively review and grade every mile of county road, all 330 of them, along with 61 bridges this spring, and determine a 3-year plan for repairing or improving these roads. Roads are a vital service, and more attention and resources must be given to ensure an effective network of transportation. If given the opportunity, more resources will be assigned to this area later this year. To help us in that mission, we've launched the Pothole Repair Porthole on the county website, which is www.rensco.com, for those who don't know, where residents can alert us to the cracks and crevices that make driving in the Northeast such a challenge. Thanks also to our new county engineer, Joe Taliska, and new highway supervisor, David Anthony, for their efforts. And thanks also to our hard-working county highway crews for answering the challenge during this winter. Snow came early this year, and during the several major storms, we've gotten a positive feedback on our work to keep county roads clear from residents and local elected officials. Thank you very much to the Highway Department for the work. They've had a long winter, and I'm sure they're ready for spring, as am I, because sand and salt is very expensive. In the area of public safety, there's good news. Our emergency services personnel and volunteers provide immeasurable service to us every day. For generations, the training tower and facility in North Greenbush educated and prepared new firefighters and emergency personnel for the mission of saving lives and protecting property. I'm pleased to announce that requests for proposals have been released this week for a reconstruction improvement of the training facility at its current location, with work to hopefully begin within the next several months. I thank our Bureau of Public Safety's Jay Wilson and Paul Glasser for their work on this important project to date. I can also announce completion of the interoperability radio project to provide radios for better communication between departments. This includes a decision following a recent meeting last week with our new Troy Fire Department Chief Eric McMahon to provide 50 radios to Troy Fire, following the assignment of 40 radios to Troy Police Department. Ambulance service has been a growing concern in our county in recent years due to staffing, training, equipment, and expense. I'm pleased to announce important progress on this issue. Last week, myself and Brunswick Supervisor Phil Harrington met with representatives of Mohawk Ambulance, who will be constructing a new and expanded facility on McChesney Avenue in Brunswick. Along with the bigger facility, Mohawk will be increasing their presence in our county from 1 to 2 ambulances in our county per shift to 6 during the day and 4 to 5 at night, primarily assigned to Rensselaer County. Huge news for us all here in the county. The expansion by Mohawk into our county provides more resources to protect the lives of those who live and work in our county. In the coming months, my administration will be seeking ways to strengthen a partnership with Mohawk and other providers in this important service area. Rensselaer County is fortunate to be blessed with abundant natural resources, including farmland and open space, that's very important to both the heritage and the future of our county. Thanks to Majority Leader Ken Harrington, who had the foresight to begin a farmland protection effort over a decade ago. To date, nearly 8,000 acres have been protected across Rensselaer County. This year, I'm pleased to announce the expansion of our tourism department with the new position of Director of Tourism and Special Events. Vito Ciccarelli started with the county this year to expand upon initiatives my administration began last year and enhance tourism and community engagement across the county. Last year, the Rensselaer County Harvest Hop brought together hundreds on a fall day to celebrate the harvest in eastern Rensselaer County at S&S Farm and Brewery. We look forward to the event again this year with additional vendors to highlight all Rensselaer County has to offer. Also new on community engagement in 2018 was our partnership with the Valley Cats to sponsor the county's first outdoor movie night at Joseph L. Bruno Stadium. We appreciate the Valley Cats working with Vito and our team to continue and enhance the experience this year for residents. Stay tuned for more information on that in the coming months. We also plan to be among those supporting the Schaghticoke Fair as this great Rensselaer County tradition celebrates its 200th anniversary in 2019. We're also seeing an expansion of hiking trails across the county. This year will include the start of a rail trail through the towns of East Greenbush, Schodack, and Nassau. The town of Nassau has also established miles of trails in town. Rensselaer County does its part with the operation of Dyken Pond and the Papscony Island Nature Preserve. We want to do more to showcase the great beauty of our county, and tonight I'm proposing the establishment of a new public park on Brookview Road in Schodack. The park will be located on property already owned by the county, property once used by the Fort Orange Paper Company, but on the opposite end of the former paper plant operations. The site includes a waterfall, access to the Mordner Kill, hiking trails, and great views. This is an example of my administration looking to expand or enhance services for our residents at the lowest cost possible. Like many areas of upstate, the past economic downturn has left many properties vacant or underutilized across our county. By the time properties are set for auction by the county, little is left of value. We also do not do enough to market underutilized properties, and consequently do not recoup as much as we could from the market to make up for our losses on each property. Recognizing we are understaffed in this area, I will be seeking to appoint a second real property administrator with funding from the county budget and the IDA to help track, catalog, and market properties. Lastly, the war against heroin and opioid addiction continues. We're continuing to see tragedies, including recent deaths from overdoses just last month. Too many have been lost or damaged by this epidemic, and too many families live in fear and uncertainty. I thank our opioid recovery coordinator, Neil Kelleher, for his work, and the many volunteers and team members working in the community to lend hope and help to those struggling. Rensselaer County is proud to have established a hotline that is in operation 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, staffed by volunteers who can guide those willing to avenues of recovery. There's been much in the way of progress in our county in terms of economic development and job creation, and there are still areas that need attention, including former industrial sites in Hoosick Falls and the long-dormant Fort Orange Paper Company in Castleton. These are sites that were important parts of our economic heritage, and we want them revitalized and part of our future. A special thanks as well to Chief Fiscal Officer Mike Slauson and Budget Director Stacy Farrar for their work in capably managing our finances to help produce a bond rating increase and formulate another county budget that avoids a tax increase while staying below the tax cap. Thanks again to members of the legislature, department heads, and the county employees who make up a strong team for our residents. Thanks also to my executive staff, including County Attorney C.J. Kemp, Director of Intergovernmental Relations Kate Better, Assistants Paula Carpinella-Goka and Hannah Zinneman, and our Director of Operations Rich Christ for their work every day, often 7 days a week, to ensure strong services, effective cost management, and a road to a better future is provided. I feel energized and ready to take on the challenges and opportunities that await Rensselaer County. I believe even more greatness is around the corner for our country, for our county and our country, and have worked to set a tone that is focused on moving forward, doing more, and leading with energy, optimism, and vision. We've been able to accomplish great things in 2018 with a unanimously adopted budget with no tax increase in the 8th budget under the tax cap, a union contract that provides a savings and ensures continued service and efficiency, and millions of dollars saved and an upgrade in a bond rating. The many successes of 2018 mean we have laid a foundation for the future and set a course for a more prosperous tomorrow. It's up to us to recognize our opportunity and our place in history. Great things await us, and I look forward to 2019 with real optimism and excitement. Rensselaer County is on the move and becoming a destination for investment by businesses big and small, new residents, and those looking for a better quality of life. I hope you join me in sharing this sense of optimism and excitement as we work together to build a stronger and better county for all. We've had past achievements that are historic and important, but I truly believe Rensselaer County's best days are ahead. I look forward to working cooperatively with everyone interested in building a better, stronger Rensselaer County that we can continue to take pride in as our future and our home. Thank you.
Does she want to answer a question? Okay.
He's got to thank you.
Still by? Okay. I want to say special thanks to our County Executive, Steve McLaughlin, my chair for pulling apart, for providing us such a optimistic and budget for the future and vision for the future as well. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
With that, we'll take a 5-minute break, and then we'll start the legislative chambers back up again with presentations. Make it 6:20. 6:20 will be reconvene.